All right, Chris, we're ready.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the November Augusta, Georgia Land Bank Authority meeting. I'm so happy that you ladies and gentlemen are here to join us. Don't know that we have all of our members yet, but I do know that we have a quorum. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. I know that next week, I believe next week is Thanksgiving. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Next week is Thanksgiving. So just in case I forget at the end, I pray that everyone has a good, happy, safe Thanksgiving holiday. As I said earlier, Jarvis was going to cook us some turkey, but he deferred that over to Mr. Ross. So we'll get that later on.
Oh, I was supposed to be cooking the turkey.
That's exactly it. He thought you would be the appropriate one to do so.
Oh, I thought he said I was a cooked turkey. I said, I understand because I feel it. The heat.
So at this time, before we actually start with the agenda items, I want to make sure that we do a roll call, just because we can't see everyone who's online. I'm going to start and then I'm going to work my way through. My name is Chris Johnson. I am Chief Deputy Tax Commissioner and Chairman of the Augusta, Georgia Land Bank. Lisa?
Lisa Williams, Coordinator for the Land Bank.
Sean?
Sean Edwards, Executive Director, Land Bank.
Charles?
Charles Williams, Tax Commissioner's Office.
Lauren?
Lauren Dallas, Augusta Tomorrow.
Alvino?
Alvino Ross, Chief Appraiser, Board of Tax Assessors.
Ashley?
Board member.
Ashley Neville, Tax Commissioner's Office.
Administrator Sims?
Jarvis Sims, Deputy Administrator Operations, Board Member.
Do we have Karen on?
I don't know what happened to Karen.
Okay. Do we have Mike on? Okay. And I know that we have Rob Sherman. Rob is just setting up. We had a visitor who wanted to be online with us. And so Rob is setting that individual up in his office so that he can take part in the Zoom meeting. But Rob is actually in attendance as well.
He's there. He's there, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. How about Hawthorne? Hawthorne, you there?
Hawthorne Edward Welcher Jr., ACD Director, present.
And how about Commissioner Hassan? Okay. Did I miss anyone? Anyone didn't hear your name called? Did I miss? All right. So we're going to go ahead and commence the meeting. First item is the meeting minutes, approval of the meeting minutes from October 22nd. Lisa sent those out. Please, if you haven't had a chance to do so, take a few moments, look those over, and let us know if any corrections need to be made. And I will accept a motion from the floor to accept those meeting minutes.
The meeting minutes was for October 22nd and for the 29th.
Thank you, Lisa. Those are actually two sets of meetings from 22nd and the 29th. I forgot we double dipped.
Right.
I just assumed you was going to take them one by one, sir. Move to approve with any necessary corrections, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and properly seconded, made by Mr. Ross and seconded by Mr. Sims to accept the meeting minutes with any necessary corrections for October 22nd, October 29th. Do we have any nays? Any nays? Okay, if there are no opposals, then that motion passes. The second item is approve request from adjacent business owner of Precision Paint and Body Dennis Niederhofer, I believe, for assistance with foreclosure on parcel located at 130 Kings Mill Street. Mr. Edwards or Ms. Williams?
Yes, sir. Jeff, can I share my screen, please?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Are you able to see this map?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So I'm gonna call him Mr. Dennis to not butcher his last name, is actually the property owner of 1617 Broad Street. And the property in question is 130 King Mill. As you can see, aside from his business, this parcel is landlocked. There aren't any other uses that anyone really would be able to make of it. The structure that was there was in seriously dilapidated condition, and so therefore he is electing to go and move forward with a foreclosure in order to acquire that property and extend the area for his business. The amount that has been offered, as opposed to what the property would go for, this position would be $6,256.13. That would include all fees, including the $3,105 for the land bank. Delinquent tax amount of $974.63 would have been included with that as the individual's offer. The submission has already been made of the $3,105 to start the foreclosure process. No, forgive me, please, let me backtrack. My apologies. Total amount that was owed was $6,256.13. The offer has been for $5,281.50. So please forgive my error there. So Mr. Dennis is again offering $5,281.50 against an amount that would be $6,256.13. So about $1,000 difference between the offer and what would be requested for the parcel for the foreclosure. And we're recommending approval just based on the fact that the individual is not requesting any type of discount, being an adjacent property owner that's restricted to residential. There's no other use for the property. We're recommending approval to the board.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to foreclose on the property located at 130 Kings Mill Street for the price of, say the price again, Sean?
$5,281.50.
On behalf of Mr. Dennis Niederhofer, it has been made and properly seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposers, nay. Okay, the ayes have it. Item C, update and approve request from adjacent property owner Ronald Huggins of First Street Rentals, LLC, for assistance with foreclosure on property located at 418 First Street.
Yes, I will be assisting her.
Sorry, I heard someone else talking there for a second. So this is a piece of property that was originally involved in the Old Town Investment Group plan. Once they took a look at it, we realized it's just a parcel, is a leftover piece when that block was subdivided. It has now become part of a parking lot.
John, we can't hear you.
He can't hear us either.
Yeah,
John?
Okay.
Somebody needs to mute there. John.
Okay.
John. Sean, you wanna jump in?
John, are you back now? He's not hearing us. So 418 came to you before. We needed to go back and investigate, as John was saying, because it was part of the package for Saunders Investment Group. And so now at this point, we've been notified by Jonathan Aceves that they are willing to remove that property from that contract agreement so that we can allow for the property owner, Mr. Huggins, to move forward with the foreclosure at 418. So the amount required is $7,810.83. The client has put together a counter for the foreclosure of $4,438, and that is to include all fees.
On this particular one, had we already acquired this for Saunders?
In the process.
We were in the process.
Yeah, John was having issues with the title search. And so he actually is still working on foreclosure.
Got it. But the process had already started, but it had started on behalf of Saunders. And Saunders has said that they don't have a problem with Mr. Huggins getting the property instead. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Questions, comments?
Hey, Rod, I think on my side of the wall, it would appear that the parking to 418 cleared planning and development 10 plus years ago.
Really?
Are you there, Rod?
Rob Sherman.
Well, everybody's disappearing.
Yeah, we kind of looked at that, and I did communicate with them. I don't know how that one fell through the cracks, Mr. Chairman. That someone who did not own the property did get clearance to put a parking lot there some time ago.
Okay. But the assessed value on that is correct. Is that right?
What do we have on it?
2666.
Yeah, we're not valuing the parking area, unfortunately.
Yeah. So the counter offer is we made an offer of 781083, and the counter offer is 4438.
Yeah, client asking to abate the taxes. That's where that amount comes from.
Is there anything, I mean, it's such a small parcel. Is anything else can be done with that?
Yeah, he doesn't own it. You could tear up the parking space, and now he has problems parking his tenants' vehicles.
Right. So do we have do I have a motion?
What's staff recommendation?
I mean, we recommend moving forward with approval now that Saunders doesn't want it. If it were an item to table to see if the CSRA EOA were interested in rear-facing parking, they do own the property at 415, 417, low-income housing for permanent supportive housing grant. But those individuals are physically or I guess I could use the term mentally disabled, because you don't have to have a physical condition. You can have a diagnosis. Formerly homeless. They've not needed parking in the past. So if it were just a matter of wanting to make sure that the community as a whole had an opportunity to look at the potential foreclosure and potentially purchase it, we can investigate that. But aside from them front facing on Sibley, no one else would have any use for it. So with there already being parking put on the lot, be it legally or not, we recommend them being able to go ahead and make the purchase so they can start paying taxes on it.
Have a motion?
Move to counter at 5,000 even, Mr. Chairman.
I second that.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to make a counter offer to Mr. Huggins' counter offer of $5,000 for the property at 418 First Street. Do I have any nays? Any nays? Okay, then Sean and Lisa make the offer at $5,000.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey guys, I'm on my phone now. This is John. I'm not sure what happened there on my computer.
It's okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
Since we have you on, John, I'm gonna skip the executive session for a moment because I want to end with executive session. Let's go ahead and update the foreclosures and donation list.
Okay. So we can start with, I think they were sent out to everybody yesterday. We'll start with the foreclosures. At the November, we have a big hearing coming up November 23rd. We have starting at, looks like number 35 through 45 are set for hearing in November 23rd. So those will probably be going to sale probably in February on the courthouse steps. We just had a very successful sale early November where we sold, I think, 11 or 12 properties. Most of those were the turn back the block properties, which aren't on this, are not on this foreclosure list, but the separate project we're working on. And so you can see starting at number 46, we have 6 new properties that we're going through foreclosure right now, not including the ones approved today. Any questions on foreclosures? All right, donations. We have working on 9, 10, and 11 with Mr. Parkman and the Brotherhood. Have some paddle issues on those 3. We just recently completed the donation on Wheeless Road for Miss Allen. Working through the donation for Rivercrest on 1309 12th Street. And we expect to complete the last 3 for Mr. Lawrence on Riceboro Road before, hopefully by the end of the month.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
And John, did you have a item for new business, or was the 418 the item we discussed earlier?
No, 418 was not. We do have an item for new business, which is 912 Cary Street.
Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Okay. 912 Cary Street. I'm not able to show you on a map, but that is a piece of property that is right directly behind the old Dent's Funeral Home on D'Antonac Street, which the land bank owns, which caught on fire about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. The group that was interested in purchasing the old funeral home property had also requested foreclosure on 912 Cary Street as a group called Pally Rock. They've since backed out of the Dent's Funeral Home or the D'Antonac Street property and are no longer showing any interest and have waived any interest they may have in the 912 Cary Street project, which we've now completed as a foreclosure. The adjacent landowner to 912 Cary is Mr. T.R. Reddy and Joe Edge, and they have shown interest and requested to purchase 912 Cary Street from the land bank. They submitted the paperwork to Lisa. We have sent back the suggested sale price of $8,770. Just waiting to hear from them. But we're asking for approval from the board to go ahead and sell 912 Cary Street to the adjacent landowner.
And what is that?
Which is, the price, I believe, is $8,770. Is that correct, Lisa?
Yes, it is. Yes.
And so,
and the entity is Gateway to Augusta LLC.
And that's to Gateway of Augusta LLC.
I believe that's correct.
That's who we're selling it to.
No.
Correct. Oh no. Okay.
Who is the purchaser, Lisa?
Well, John, I thought you was going to tell me the story. Gateway was, and then Sherman and Hemp Street decided they wanted it. The previous owner, The
Pally Rock was interested.
So Sherman and Hemp Street are the ones who are interested in purchasing. It previously belonged to Gateway, but
Yes,
Sherman and Hemp Street is the one. There's a group that is interested in purchasing it for $8,770. Is that correct?
Well, that's what they was quoted. I don't know if they agreed to that amount. John, did you speak with them? Did they agree to that amount?
I have not heard if they've accepted or not. It's T.R. Reddy and Joseph Edge. T.R. Reddy is Gateway of Augusta. Joseph Edge is Sherman and Hem Street.
Correct.
So do we need to have them, get them what we're offering, they can purchase it for before we vote on this?
I think we can agree on that sale price amount, $8,770. Whether they accept it or not is up to them. And if they want to, they can come back at the next meeting if they want to make a counter offer.
All right, I'm good with that. Do I have a motion? Hello, do I have a motion out there?
I'll make a motion. Sorry, I was on mute.
It's okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to offer the property of 912 Cary Street in the amount of $8,770 to Sherman and Hem Street. Do I have any nays? Any nays? I see that Mike here joined us. Any nays? Okay, then the ayes have it. Okay, then Jeff, we need to go to executive session at this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we have everybody back. I make a motion to go into normal session at 3:04 p.m. Do I have a second? Motion has been made and properly seconded by Mr. Heron. Do I have any nays? The ayes have it. At this time, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the tax incentive abatement program. Do I have a second? Motion has been made by Chairman Johnson and seconded by Mr. Heron. Do I have any nays? Okay, that motion carries. motion to approve a 8% raise for Mr. Edwards. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Do I have any nays? That motion carries. Motion to give Ms. Williams a $4,000 bonus. Do I have a second? Motion has been made and properly seconded. Do I have any nays? That motion carries. It's okay, Lisa, to smile. That's okay. All right. Do I have any other business?
Okay. Okay. I'll jump after you guys get off.
Make sure you give Rob a nice hug. At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much. We pray, and I mean that, and I mean that literally and in all sincerity, that not only do you have a joyous Thanksgiving holiday, pray that you have a great time with your family, but I also pray that you have a safe time. We do have unfortunately, we're in an environment where we have a raging pandemic out there. One other thing I want to mention now that I said pandemic, the EDA, the Tax Commissioner's Office, the Land Bank, and the E3 Foundation, we were hoping we were going to be able to tell you this at this meeting on December 9th. We were going to have a Augusta Land Development Conference that was going to be kicked off by Secretary Carson. And it was going to have keynote speakers from HUD and from the Centers for Community Progress. It was going to be targeted toward churches and nonprofits who have property, but they don't know what to do with the property. And the intent was to get them matched up with vendors. We had local banks, local real estate, commercial and real property developers. We had developers and builders. We had architects who had all committed to coming, attorneys' offices. And so we were going to do like a speed dating with some speeches. But not unfortunately, because of the increase in COVID infections, we thought it prudent that we postpone that to sometime during the spring, because we were looking at maybe 100 to 150 people. And even though we had a large venue, we just thought it was appropriate that we push that out to the March, April timeframe. And all of those who initially committed said that they were still interested in participating. So once we get a chance to see what happens with this whole COVID the pandemic that we're dealing with, sometime during the first of the year, we will revisit that. But we were hoping to make that announcement and, have everybody a Thanksgiving present in that conference. But that's okay. We'll celebrate it in the spring. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much. And if there's nothing else, meeting adjourned.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.